Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and we're gonna change the format up just a little bit, as this video will not be a random rant or a review. So today our topic is going to be how to balisongs for beginners, and the sole purpose of this video is to hopefully inspire any random person who sees this video and decide to pick up balisong flipping simply because it looks cool, or if you want a better way to fidget than a fidget spinner or some random fidget toy. This is going to be my quick start guide on getting into balisongs. A lot of the information is going to be relatively surface level because there is a lot of information, and there are definitely individuals out there who have a better understanding than I do. I just hope that this information will help you get started, and of course, if you have any questions, please ask it in the comments below. I will do my best to answer, or hopefully someone else will. And before we start, if you want to, please like and subscribe. Only if you want to. If you don't want to, no hard feelings. Ooh, also, there will be a small surprise in the end, so please watch to the end if you want to. This is going to be for you beginners out there. So first up, let's ask the question, why flip? And if you're wondering if flipping is for you, the short answer is yeah. The long answer is yeah. Sorry, my cats are looking at me funny. Bad jokes aside, the simplest reason why you can get into flipping is it's fun. It really is. And if you enjoy skill-based hobbies, this is going to be one that you can do almost anytime and anywhere, unless you're in, school or a workplace that doesn't allow anything that looks like a knife. If you think about it, if you want to fidget, this is going to be, in my opinion, the ultimate fidget toy, because there is such a variety of balisongs along with a variety of tricks that can scratch your itch to fidget it. And rather than each fidget toy just performing its sole function like a fidget spinner or one of these fancy doodads, oh my god, this thing's $700. Jesus Christ. Anyways, continuing on, you can do this instead.
Huh?
That's me if you can't tell, but this is what it looks like when you know what you're actually doing. Isn't that some crazy ass shit? Respectfully, of course. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's ask an important question. What should we get first? As with any hobby, you are going to be plagued with the gift of choice, which may seem like a curse because you have so many options to get started and you have no idea where to go first. Especially because it seems like any day a new product that can dethrone the newest best beginner balisong can come out of absolutely nowhere. Hopefully the information I offer here is going to help with that just a little bit. What do you buy first? And oh my god, there's already so many options, but if you're just starting out, I highly recommend just getting a trainer. Something like this. Because there's absolutely no reason for you to get a live blade and cutting yourself the very first time that you're flipping. And trust me, you will not have a fun time trying to flip with a cut. Having a trainer is not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, you are flipping for fun, and of course, fun and safety is what matters. And down the road, if you want to get a live blade, go for it. But if you're just starting out, please, I highly recommend just please get a trainer. And here is going to be a quick run through of balisongs at different materials and price points to fit what you need most and might prefer. But real quick, there's some other details we got to go through, so let's get that out of the way. First discussion: plastic versus metal. Plastic balisongs have become a lot more prevalent in recent years, and luckily makers have been making them flip better and have made them more durable. But the question remains, why would anyone want a plastic balisong over a metal one? Right off the bat, I will say I definitely do prefer metal trainers 90% of the times, but there are definitely reasons why plastic can be beneficial. So first, it's going to be weight. Plastic balis are significantly lighter than a metal balisong, so you will experience less flipping fatigue once you start out, or maybe down the road. If you flip a lot all the time, it will definitely help out with that. I actually flip plastic balisongs quite often because I flip almost all of the time, since I am more than fortunate enough to work remotely. After flipping everything from 2.5 to 5 ounces, I've learned that I prefer flipping lighter balisongs, which include light metal ones and plastic ones. And something else to mention, RSIs, or repetitive stress injuries such as carpal tunnel, definitely do matter. So that's also something to take into account if you're more prone to that. Will Hirsch has a fantastic video on that. Watch it if you want to. I highly suggest it. He's a funny ass dude. Love him. Anyways, continuing on. Alright, so next, my second point is going to be damage. If you live somewhere with tile or hardwood floor, trust me, plastic balisongs would not be a bad first decision. You know, there is definitely people who will say, hey, that's a really dumb reason to buy a plastic balisong, just get some mats. But to be fair, for me, I live in a rented apartment with my fiance, and I prefer not to damage the floors because I do flip everywhere. I flip when I cook sometimes. I also do have cats, and I don't flip anytime I'm near them, but goddamn, my boy Chowder is a sneaky motherfucker and can end up between my feet out of nowhere, and if I do drop this, it'll scare him more than hurt him. You know, this is not to say to ignore metal trainers, because they're going to be a lot more standard in terms of how they flip compared to plastic trainers, and I do think there is a time and a place for both. Next up, let's talk about sandwich versus channel versus Chanwich handles. So at the end of the day, it's going to be personal preference, as most balisongs today are incredibly well made and durable, meaning that they can handle whatever you throw at it, or, you know, more likely what you throw it at. For me, it's usually the floor. Channel balisongs are going to be the most durable due to the one-piece construction, but they can lack grip on side depending on the designs, and can be heavier due to more material left on the handle. Sandwich balisongs naturally provide better grip on the side due to that big gaping hole. They are also usually more customizable and can be modded with spacers, such as from Zip Balisong, for a more durable experience. They're also usually lighter, as there's less material, and can be cheaper to manufacture. They can, however, be less durable, as there are more moving parts, such as the extra pivot or weights on the bottom, along with the spacers, as seen on this titanium Kraken. And we have the Chanwich, which is going to be pretty durable due to a relatively solid construction. They also usually sound quite amazing. They also can allow for hidden adjustable weights at the end pivots, as seen with the Tsunami and Seraph. However, they can be less durable than Channel due to more moving parts, and they can be more expensive to manufacture, as it is complicated to manufacture, more so than the Sandwich and Channel balisongs. Personal preference, I actually prefer Sandwich the most. And then channel, and then Chanwich. I'm usually not a really fan of Chanwich. It doesn't offer much for me, but Sandwich looks cool, has a lot of grip. It also just feels really comfortable. It offers customization options such as this EPS tie wraith with the wonderful blue spacers. Next, let's quickly talk about Zen pins versus Tang pins versus Pinsless. So there is not much here as it affects performance a lot less than the Chan, San, and Chanwich discussion. But I just recommend going for Zen pins as, to me personally, it's the most visually appealing, and I think it's the most durable as it's going to be like on like materials such as a steel blade and steel Zen pins. While Pinsless can have issues with a softer outer material or softer handle material hitting the harder steel. Same thing with Tang pins, where it's usually steel Tang pins hitting against the handle itself, such as the Nautilus. Next, let's talk about handle bias versus neutral versus blade bias. So handle bias balisongs perform rollover tricks best, and fans might suffer a little bit. However, handle bias balisongs are going to be the best for beginners, as rollover tricks are going to be the easiest to learn and will pad out most of your tricks in the beginning, along with chaplains. Next up is going to be neutral. So it's going to be best of both worlds, as it will perform relatively well with rollovers, but will perform exceptionally at fans. I also do recommend this for beginners, but I kind of go in between the neutral to slightly handle bias. That's usually the sweet spot for it. And last but not least, well, least to me at least, no offense, is going to be blade bias. I haven't really met anyone who enjoys blade bias that much, as personally for me, it's not really fun to flip. Here's the cycloid LC, for example. Of course, this is going to be a very, very exaggerated example, but rollover tricks and chaplains will suffer because there's no weight carrying the handles around your fingers. I can't really find the upside to this. If someone can, please let me know. I don't. I did not enjoy this at all. Next, we are going to talk about bushings versus washers and bearings. Personally, I prefer bushings as it holds a good tune, has a fast but balanced swing, so it's not too fast, and it's really easy to maintain. There's a lot of this, so here's a small TLDR chart of pros, cons, differences of each for your viewing pleasure. Just make sure to pause. All right, now that we've finished this long-winded explanation, let's get into the first options at different price points to see which one to you is the most worth it. So if you're balling on a budget, here are good balisongs under $50. So first up is going to be the Aldewy Frank Z from Zippy Balisong, which comes in at around $45. This is a plastic channel balisong. It runs on bushings, which it's kind of purposeless on plastic balisongs, but it doesn't matter. It still flips good. It is pretty balanced with a slight handle bias. Essentially, it does rollover tricks well, it does fan tricks well, but it is a little slippery because it is a soft plastic. Scales can pop out, but super glue can't fix that. And because it is plastic, this has been reported to crack on hard drops, so be careful when flipping around concrete and wood. I also did love this balisong, and I do think the Zippy version is more worth it for the price upgrade of around $10-ish. I loved it. I dropped it plenty of times. Mine never broke. I ended up selling it to someone on Reddit, but I highly recommend it. Next up is going to be the Balis Impulse, which can range between $35 to $45-ish depending on which version you get. It is going to be made of 6063 T6 aluminum. It's of course sandwich and has a steel blade. This is going to be running on bushings with a slight handle bias, so again can do almost every trick incredibly well. This is going to be the best option if you have a very low budget, because it is a metal balisong and will flip pretty standard, enough to the point where if you do upgrade down the road, it will it will help other balisongs feel familiar. So this one I highly recommend under the price of $50. And especially with the Balis stuff, this will come with spared hardware, a bag, a T10 torque spit / pivot install tool, and lube, which is the ultimate starter kit for you. Next up is going to be $100 and under. So first up, plastic balisong again will be the Zippy Cycloid LC at around $99. And you might be thinking, wow, what an expensive ass plastic balisong. But this balisong is incredibly well designed by our man Zippy. It is a plastic channel design with race washer bearings, so it's going to be really smooth, almost like bearings. No, almost like bushings, with slightly faster swing speed, fully adjustable weights from the blade to the end handles, and because I think it's made out of glass reinforced nylon. Oh god, I'll put up the specs here. It's incredibly durable. This thing has taken so many drops. I've thrown this in my cabinets. It does not damage the cabinets, which is nice. And the balisong, of course, is essentially unscratched. It's incredibly cool looking. You can customize the colors, and it does come with extra rear pivots, weights, and Zen pins in case you ever want to upgrade it to the Lucha blade. Alright, next up is going to be the Balis cheese, which is 7075 aluminum, runs on bushings, handle bias, a little bit more than the other options we've seen so far, but it can fan quite well. It sounds amazing. But it is quite loud, and it does feel incredibly nice and smooth with the Teflon coating. It does come with extra pivots, washers, lube, and Loctite. This one's going to be tied for my favorite under 100. Next up is going to be the LDY Orion for around $75. This one is 7075 aluminum sandwich, handle bias, but only slightly, so it can do fans quite well. It also comes with pivot hardware and extra washers, which is going to be very helpful in case you ever take this apart down the road, which I heavily recommend against, as LDY tunes this to a T, so there's absolutely no movement. So I also do recommend getting the trainer version, not the live blade, unless you plan to dull it, because I've cut myself in this before. I dulled it plenty of times. And along with the Balis cheese, these two are my favorite under $100. So next, if you have a little bit more to spend, you can absolutely go over 100. So the next couple are going to be under the $200 range. So first up is going to be the BB Barfly Barracuda V2 for around $120-ish. You're going to get 6061 aluminum, customized handles, so you can kind of choose whichever colors you want for the handles, either the same or different. It is going to be channel aluminum steel blade. The blade is beautiful, by the way. You're going to get extra hardware along with it. It is adjustable and balanced from slightly handle bias to dead neutral, so fans, rollovers would be amazing on this. I personally think it's one of the best flipping balisongs out there. And of course, it is a North American company based in Canada. I love BB Barfly. Their products are amazing, so this one I do highly recommend. A little bit above that, we have the glider Moab, which is going to be coming in at around $135. This is going to be 7075 sandwich construction. It will run on bushings also. It has an adjustable balance with the best weight system I've ever seen on a balisong. And if you want to see more on that, I do have a short explaining how to change out the weights, and I do have a full review of it. I recommend it. Glider, sponsor me. I love that balisong itself. It's so good. Wow. It does come with extra hardware, and it is my personal favorite trainer under $200, or any, honestly, of all time. Honest, it's just that good. It's amazing. Next up is going to be the Squid trainer at around $160, made with 6061 channel construction, runs on bushings, is handle bias, and it comes with extra washer and pivots. I do have a Squid trainer V4. You can get these full price at $160 or blemish for a little bit less. I honestly recommend just getting the blemish versions. This is a custom one with laser engraving from Blade Show. I love this. It is a heavy balisong, so do keep that in mind if you do plan on getting this. Next will be the Vault Pro, which is 7075 with G10 inlay channel construction. It runs on bushings, it's handle bias only slightly, and it comes with extra washers, pivots, lube, and sometimes Loctite. Yeah, sometimes. But I honestly love this balisong too. I do regret selling it. It's just such a good flipper, and plus if you buy it, you do get to support Will Hirsch and the Balis. And it's kind of a faster-ish balisong. You kind of rip on that thing. That sounds like you're trying to fart on it. Sorry, bad. Anytime you hear someone say they rip on something, that just sounds like they're farting because you just ripped the fat one. Anyways, under $200, last but not least, is going to be the Squid Industries Kraken V3 trainer, blemished at around $197. This is based on one of the best balisongs of all time, the Live Blade Kraken. I love this trainer so much. It is expensive though. It is 7075 channel construction, running on bushings. It is handle biased. It can still fan, just not as well as some of the other ones on the list. And does come with extra washers and pivots. This is going to be one of the best and most consistent balisongs you will ever flip. It's just so premium. It feels so good, and you're supporting a US company if you happen to buy it. So now you have your first balisong. Now what? You gotta learn how to flip. And the best place to get started is on the Squid Industries playlist. Big flips, Benjamin flips, my man, and Pez flips. These are the 4 best sources that I can think of from the top of my head when it comes to tutorials, especially in the intermediate videos of Squid Industries tutorials playlist. For those videos, they start showing combos towards the end of the video that you can try to learn and practice. And if you start from these videos, you will have a very good foundation for learning tricks. And with these videos, one thing that I really grew to appreciate is that they can help you visualize and understanding how to string together a series of tricks. Learning how to do tricks here and there is only a small part of the puzzle, but having a visual representation can make the entire process a lot easier. And this is something I wish I took advantage of more when I started, but I instead focus more on just individual tricks. So right now I'm trying to recover that lost time by practicing more of these combos and going back through these old videos from Squid Industries, and of course looking at some of the combo videos through my man Benjamin Flips, who also has some really fun stuff to learn and to practice. He's an incredibly well-spoken teacher and has some of the most creative flow when it comes to balisong flipping. And if you take time to look through his shorts, you can definitely see unique moves and transitions that honestly are just awe-inspiring. And I heavily suggest that you go watch his videos because there is a lot to learn, and of course it's just entertaining to watch. So please go there, please support him, please let him know that I said hi. So you've bought your first balisong, you've learned your first trick, in fact you've gotten quite good. What else is there to do? I'd say getting involved with the community. So Reddit and Instagram are the biggest places where the community is involved, and trust me when I say this, I do wish that I joined the community sooner. It is filled with amazing and supportive individuals who want nothing more than to see the community that they love to grow, and with new people who also have a passion for this hobby. Honestly, you can just start off with posting a picture of your new balisong and your first flips. And trust me, having early clips is a good thing because you will get to see how much you've grown and progressed in this hobby. And that will give you such an amazing sense of accomplishment, similar to taking gym pics. And just like in any community, you will meet assholes, but the ones here, just tell them to fuck off. They can go pound sand. No one likes them. So I know that was a lot of information all at once, and especially if you're a beginner, I know it can be daunting, but I promise it's not as bad as you think. And if anything, I welcome you to the community. And I also do want to give back to the community, and I will say these aren't in perfect condition, as these were mine, but the tune of each is good, I promise. I could have sold them on Balisong sale, but I figured that might as well help the community grow just by a little bit. And if I do that, it'll make me a lot happier because I'm contributing to some level. All right. So before I show you what I'm going to be giving away, one, the requirements are that you're going to need to be a beginner, either with a CCC or no balisong at all, but you want to get started with a nicer balisong, or just want to get started in general. And two, you must be in the US, and you must pay the shipping, just the shipping, I promise, nothing else. The balisong's free. Then in the comments, leave either your Reddit or your Instagram handle, and I'll pick one of you in the comments. Be careful, scammers. I'll verify my legitimacy to you. You don't have to subscribe or even like the video to enter. I just want to give back. So I'll reach out to you either through, again, Instagram or Reddit. Here are my handles. Boom. Pictures of my accounts. Just be very careful. I'll select the winner and I'll give it a week. Depending on when I post this date. I'll do it post editing. So next, let's talk about what I'm giving away. Ignore the footage. I'm actually going to be giving away my Balis cheese as the first one. It is a fantastic balisong, and the Volp is actually going to go to one of my friends who wants a bottle opener, so that is going to be his. But the Balis cheese is going to be one of the best beginner balisongs. It is a little dinged up because it was mine personally. It will be coming with the extra hardware that came with it when I bought it, and yeah, not much to say besides it's fantastic. I loved it, and I hope that it will be well flipped in someone else's hands. Next will be the Squiddy L in orange. This one is a blemished version, so it's not going to be perfect, but he is smiling. He is happy to go home to a new person, which is going to be very exciting. Anyway, so this one is going to have a so the Squiddy L is going to come with all of this and cheese, same thing, but you're going to get a little bit extra hardware since that's what came with the cheese. Anyways, I do hope that this helps whoever wants to get started. Anyways, that is all for this video, and for those who found this video helpful, I'm really glad it helped in any sort of way. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot really means a lot that people watch my videos. And granted, I'm not a big YouTuber. I have 50 subscribers ish, which I'm actually really thankful. So thank you for all of those who have subscribed. It means so much to me. I kind of do this just for the love of the game. Honestly, it helps me with practicing my editing. It gives me a reason to flip well too, so I can show off some of my okay-ish flipping on video. And I just like the hobby a lot, so who knows, maybe I'll branch off, make some other videos too, just for fun. Gaming, shooting. I like shooting, by the way. So thank you again for watching. I'll pick the winner in a week, so please leave a comment, Instagram, Reddit handles, and of course, as always, please take good care of yourselves, take care of those you love, be good people, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.